My name is...
Actually,
Critics.
Who are they? That's dumb. Who are those guys? Shut up, kid.
Introducing
actually,
Hi, Andrew here. I just wanted to give you a heads up about this episode. As we were reviewing this movie, we were playing the movie in the background as we recorded for reference. Some of the dialogue doesn't quite work up since we were looking at the movie in the background when we started to make some of the jokes. In hindsight, this wasn't a good decision, and our next episode will be better. Please be patient with us. Also wanted to apologize for some of the audio quality issues that we're having with RJ's mic at the start of this episode. Some of the clipping issues I wasn't able to resolve, but hopefully our next episode will be better. Thank you. All right, welcome back to Backseat Critics.
Yeah, for the finale of High School Musical 3.
Yeah,
What a wonderful movie.
it's great.
No, it's not.
It's an interesting movie. I mean, it's definitely like they spent the most money here on some of the set pieces and the actual songs.
You can tell too with the movie, just like the coloring of it. Like they put a hue or something to it. Tried to make it more like, instead of like a TV movie, like they tried to put like the actual movie look to it. Like the lighting probably was what it was. They probably used more or better lighting. That's my guess.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely looks punched up, saturation wise.
Still the same type of filming though and everything
Yeah,
for the most part. That's what I saw, but you know, songs were not good.
no, not by any mean. It's I was actually reading that they cut the song short compared to like what the actual soundtrack was.
They cut them short.
They cut the song short, and this is still a 2-hour movie.
Jeez. I mean, I'm glad they did that for my safety. Now, do we realize the inconsistencies of this movie? There's one right off the bat.
Between this and the last movie, or the last two, sorry.
Even the last two. So the first time they talked about how they won districts, right?
Right.
And they talked about in the second movie, I believe that they alluded to a district championship.
I think so, yeah.
In this movie, they say that they are trying to get their second state title. There's a little bit of a difference between districts and state.
Oh, yeah.
And
absolutely.
it doesn't matter. In this New Mexico, they do it wrong, I guess.
Yeah.
One thing I know for sure is that when Troy Bolton is singing with the basketball, he's unstoppable. I mean, if I'm the other team, I'm like, Coach, that's the wrap.
So this dude is singing with the ball. What's going on here?
We've done the scouting report. This guy is unstoppable when he starts to sing.
Yeah.
I mean, we're done, Coach. Like, we cannot win this game now.
No way. This guy he's going to blast through us.
Yeah.
By the way, right off the bat, they start flipping up these signs, and Gabriella is just like standing on somebody's shoulder as she sings out to Troy. Like,
don't you notice that she was also in the all white?
Right.
Like a bride or something like that, like shining down like an angel, like, hey, look at me, Troy, you can do it, you just got knocked down. And it's just like, come on.
Fun fact, apparently this and all the subsequent movies are all filmed in Utah, and the high school is a Utah high school, but yet they chose to pretend it's in New Mexico.
Huh.
Yeah.
So this is a legit high school out there. Like, this is not
This is a legitimate high school.
Oh, actually, yeah.
I mean, these are all extras. I think they said it was like 1,000 extras or something like that.
They alluded to that actually in the TV show.
There's a TV show.
There is a TV show. When Disney Plus came out, they made a TV show. And the TV show basically is how They do the High School musical. So they actually do the musical for High School Musical at the school where High School Musical took place.
Huh. That's a lot of loops to jump through.
That is the TV show, and they're the school where High School Musical was filmed at. So it's actually that school. I was watching this movie actually. When I watched it, I was like, "This school is wild."
Right.
Like, how do I get into this school? This is better than
Sure.
a private school.
Yeah. Sharpay's got like a double door locker going on.
The marketing for their basketball team is intense. I've never
They have
seen the marketing.
massive banners just thrown up all over the school.
Yeah, no, this is
Like the whole town is like reliant on.
this school is wild. I don't
Yeah.
know how much money. I mean, guaranteed, Troy is supposed to be one of the poorest kids, supposedly.
Oh,
They
is
said-
he? I missed that.
They alluded to that in one of the first movies. Like, oh, my parents don't have that much money, so I don't know how I'd make it to college. Oh, it was the second movie, remember?
Oh, that's why you had to pick up the job.
Yeah, he goes, I don't know how I'm going to make it to college. My parents don't have a lot of money. And Gabriella, you're smart. You're going to make it. You don't need a scholarship, blah, blah, blah. Basketball's my only
What?
way. And
I completely missed that for some reason or forgot about that.
here we are at the school, and they have just $1 gazillion. So I think
Yeah.
if Troy is one of the poorest kids and has to get a basketball scholarship to go to college,
Yeah.
this school's doing just fine based off his house.
Yeah.
And the after party.
Yeah. Sorry, we're playing the movie right now, and we're at the part where Troy and Gabriella are up in a treehouse, and the ceiling just opens up.
I did not catch that the first time.
Oh, I did. I made a note of that.
And yet we're missing the fact that this kid is poor and he has a retractable roof on a tree house.
Oh yeah, yeah. This treehouse is nice. It's nicer than my apartment.
No.
Pirate wheel. There's a pirate wheel.
Like in the first scene with the basketball, they're like, let's trust the guy that hasn't scored a point yet.
Right.
Let's trust Troy.
Who runs around like, you can call me Rocket Man.
Yeah. Rocket. I didn't know Elton John was in this movie.
Would have been a better movie. Quickly, the original plot for this movie was going to be Halloween, and it was going to be a Halloween-themed High School Musical.
Oh, that would have been legit.
Better movie. Absolutely better movie.
Let's make that into a horror movie.
Yeah.
Kenny Ortega, if you're out there, please listen to this podcast and watch it. Make it into a horror movie.
Please, you still have time.
Probably not. Zac Efron's way too big now.
No, just original cast. Pretend like they're still in high school. Let's just do it.
Have you seen how big Zac Efron is in this movie? Like, he is definitely past the age of high schooler. They did it. I think
Yeah.
A lot of them, they did their best to make look like a high schooler. Gabriella can get away with it. Zac Efron, you can tell, like, he is not a high schooler.
No, he's definitely not.
Like, his little dancing footloose scene, he, like, his muscles were just popping. I'm like, no, that's how you do fan service to the high school girls out there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I just like how this girl does him all dirty. She's just like, oh, yeah, I wrote a musical for everybody. And everybody's like, oh, nope, don't want to do it. She goes, but I wrote it for all you guys. And Gabriella's like, come on, everybody, I'm going to do it. And then she looks at Troy and goes,
You better say yes if you want this again.
yep. That's how you know they've done it.
Exactly.
That's how you
Exactly.
That's how you know. I mean, I don't like to. I know it's supposed to be like high school kids and the way they act and everything.
High school kids do it. That's
True.
why they have health class in
True.
junior high.
I understand that we're trying to make this like a family friendly, but you can't deny the fact that they have done it in this.
Yeah.
Like the way this is working.
They're dancing around so much. Apparently the original director wanted Sharpay's brother to come out as gay. And Disney nixed the whole.
I don't know. I mean, I could definitely see that in this movie. But in the end, how can you? I mean, they had the relationship between Sharpay's brother and the piano player,
Who eventually got the scholarship to.
Juilliard.
Yeah.
So did Sharpay's brother. So I just loved during that last scene too, like with the Juilliard people there. They're like, oh, that's Troy Bolton.
Oh my God.
You can tell that as soon as they dropped. That's the choreographer. Like during the
Right.
Ryan scene, you're like, he got in. They try to fool you with that's Troy Bolton. They tried.
I think
failed.
I think we knew from a long way away which direction this movie was going in.
Now this is a reality that like when they line them all up and And they all have to talk about like what they want to do in the future and their goals and dreams.
Yeah, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
You know what's crazy is that most high schoolers, they realize that their dreams are unattainable by probably like
Sophomore year?
once they get into college.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say they have a crazy dream. I mean, freshman year, most of your dreams are crushed in high school anyways. Like, yeah, I want to be an NBA player or something like that, and then you get cut by the basketball team, and then you're like, well, that was fun.
Yep, fun while it lasted. Gotta find a backup now.
Not going to be in the NBA, so now I got to be serious about what am I going to do?
Yeah.
How am I going to get my degree?
How am I going to pay for rent?
And these kids here have like, I'm going to be president. Good for you. You're not going to make it, but
Dream
good for
big,
you.
but yeah.
Dream big. I got in this movie, Sharpay picks up a lackey, basically.
Yeah. The British exchange student who's just like
He
her
tricks her.
servant.
Tricks her in the end.
Yeah,
Fixes
takes her
boiler.
spot in the main musical.
Tries to.
Tries to.
She tried her best, but we actually had a musical in this movie.
At the very end, finally!
We
It
actually
took 3
had one.
movies to actually show the musical that they were referring to.
This one was a different musical. This one's new. We actually saw like this one they referred to a musical and they actually showed it. The second
But
one
they
in all
actually showed it.
fairness, though according to the ending, this all was a musical, like a bad dream. I mean, if you think they made it look like there was a stage, that they were all on
Oh,
stage
you're
the whole
right.
time, and the curtains came down, and
Do you think all of these are just musicals, part of the musical from the first movie?
yeah, I think it's just a continuation that they do. Which I mean, in all honesty, to sit there for a 5-hour musical, oh my gosh, I would die. I wonder how many intermissions they would have.
Ah, man.
It'd be terrible.
Could you imagine watching a 5-hour musical where the budget increases as the musical goes on?
Like, we made this much money. We got to plug it back in.
The middle 2 hours are just lousy.
Oh my gosh. That'd be amazing, though. That'd be intense. What I think is funny, too, is that they go back to, like, they reference a lot of things in these musics, or in the singing this time. Like at one point when Sharpay's gig, they talk about, like, Marilyn Monroe. And I think one point, it almost looks like Miley Cyrus, first of all.
Oh, really?
And then, or even just other music videos. And then with Troy Bolton's, like, it's almost like Flashdance, or not Flashdance, Footloose. Kevin Bacon scene, like when he's in the warehouse.
Yeah.
But this time it's just Troy Bolton inside a school. Just little dancing like that, like the scene where the boys are back.
In town?
Well, I mean, when the boys are back, it's like when they're in the, what's it called, the junkyard?
Oh, yeah.
When they're in the junkyard, I mean, that's like
Thank you for
most
that.
of the 80s.
Yeah.
See,
They're
this is
pretending to
what-
be like ninjas
Yeah.
while singing about being superheroes.
See, this is like the I'm pretty sure I've seen Miley Cyrus wear that exact same outfit. I'm surprised Disney allowed Sharpay to wear that outfit, first of all.
Yeah. I didn't even catch that the first time.
By the way, this is a scene where Sharpay is in like this white onesie, which we've seen her in a onesie in the second movie.
It's like a one-piece female swimsuit with some like tassels hanging off.
Oh, yeah. No, this movie had a little bit more entertainment, I felt like.
I kind of agree. I felt like a lot of it, like the script was just kicking them around from bit to bit and didn't really have like kind of a, kind of a goal in mind.
I love how the dude drives all the way to Stanford
Yeah.
and then goes
Just to dance around some tree.
just to dance with.
And he's waiting for her up inside some tree.
I wonder how long he's been up there.
Also,
yeah, campus security was called too. Like,
right.
hey, this
I was about to
there's
say,
some-
like, were the cops called at any point? Like,
there's some predator in the tree.
he's wearing a tuxedo, and he's saying he's waiting for some girl.
Seriously, and then he drives all the way back to be in this musical to only sing one song.
Right.
That was the shortest musical ever.
Incredibly fast.
Incredible. I mean, I get that they're trying to plug into a movie, but I mean, they could have done some movie hijinks to make it look like it was going to be longer. I just love the rainstorm that happens during the
During the
Gabrielle-
rooftop dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hits and it hits hard. I didn't know we're in Hawaii. I don't know where else it rains like that.
Florida.
No, wait, let's go. Let's actually go back. Let's talk about this Rocket kid real quick.
Okay. I'm just going.
Rocket. Dude sweats Troy. He has like an infatuation times 10,000
With Troy.
with Troy. he is unhealthy of some sort. He wants his locker. He snuck into his room. He took pictures in his room.
Pictures in the room, massive red flags.
Yes, I'd be like, whoa, what? He wants his
This dude is just like, dude, whatever, Troy, whatever makes you happy, I will do it.
I think it's more of, I want to be you.
Yeah.
I want to cut your skin off and be inside of you.
To wear your skin as a dress.
That got dark fast.
Keeping that in.
But for real though, he wants to be Troy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
his main goal, is to be Troy.
And great job at it.
I guess so. I mean, he made the winning bucket.
That's true. He also got to stand in for Troy's part during the musical.
Which I think that made the musical 10 times better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
As a school, I'd be going nuts. But the scene where they steal these kids' clothes,
Yeah.
all these teachers see him running around with it. And then the kids that got their clothes stolen were the ones that got in trouble.
Right? It's like, what, 1 week's detention or something like that?
Community service, I believe it was.
Oh, was it community service?
I believe they got community service, which I think is silly because, I mean, their clothes were the ones that got stolen.
I love that they run through the school pretty much naked for the clothes. Why not just camp out in the locker room?
For real, there's probably some sort of lost and found.
Yeah.
Ask somebody just put your gym clothes back on.
Yeah.
You know you got gym clothes. Why would you just not do that?
Shorts, tank top, who cares?
Troy's truck now.
What a beater.
I mean, I guess that's one way to make somebody learn what kind of, or how to learn about cars, though. Like, if you want your kid to learn about car, give him that heap of trash.
It's in need of constant repair.
Good thing you know somebody at the junkyard to get him in for free all the time. This guy Chad really wants to ask this girl out.
Yeah.
To prom.
Yeah.
Gets denied first. She said, no, you got to ask me right. And wrecks her pictures by putting a hot plate of brownies on top of the pictures.
Yes.
Jerk.
Absolute jerk.
And then he goes and asks her in front of the whole school.
And he's all sheepish about it.
Everybody knows you're already a thing. Why does he
It's
need to be
been
sheepish?
2 movies. Like, let's get over it. Just ask her out.
Exactly. You know what I find funny is that this school is supposed to be like a big time basketball school and stuff. And yeah, I have not seen a guy they've only seen one guy that's kind of big, but I've never seen like.
Everyone's kind of average sized.
Yeah, I mean, they're all actor size, so they're probably like 5'8", maybe 5'10", somewhere between there.
Yeah. They all look kind of stocky to be
That too.
basketball. I don't know. Maybe I just never paid that much attention in high school. But yeah, they all seem kind of stocky, closer to something that you'd see in high school football or baseball.
Well, granted, remember, Chad does play baseball. We found out in the last movie.
That's true.
So, but basketball is.
But still,
is his
like the
thing.
whole team.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they got muscle, but they're all short.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen them go up for a layup. They don't get anywhere close to the backboard.
And the tallest guy is probably the guy obsessed with cooking.
Yes. 100% yes. And he's not even that. He's probably like 6 feet. 6'2".
Yeah, I was going to say maybe 6'2".
At best.
And he's also he's heavier. It's hard to tell. He always wears a baggy shirt, so. But it looks like he's heavier than the rest of them.
In this movie, I think he's definitely a little bit more heavier compared to the other movies. Not to diss on the guy's weight.
No.
He's definitely a little bit heavier in this movie compared to the other movies.
Yeah.
You can tell he was eating his brownies in between. I like how Chad most of the time has to have his number and his name on the back of the jersey too. Or on everything. It's always his number and like.
Oh,
number
wow.
and
I just
name.
noticed that. Yeah. And on his suit jacket, he's got his name and number. I didn't catch that before.
On everything.
Huh.
Everything.
This dude lives and breathes sports. Learned that the guy that plays his dad in this movie was actually his real dad.
Wait, Zac Efron's real dad?
Corbin Blue. Chad.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what? I confused me
yeah,
for a
no.
second. So Corbin Blue's dad, it was actually Corbin Blue's real dad?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's a little high five. This movie, so you can tell there was a lot of Michael moves in there. Michael Jackson moves.
Mm-hmm.
This
Was this still choreographed by the guy that was going to
Yep.
do the... Okay.
Kenny Ortega, actually, this is where, while he was doing this movie, he was getting Michael ready for his last tour.
Did Michael make it?
No.
It's a bummer.
That's why we have the movie This Is It, so you can kind of see what it was going to be like. I totally forgot. I've seen this movie before watching this, but I totally spaced for a second. where I thought the guy's cologne at the final scene, the kid's cologne, Rocket's cologne.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that was gonna make like Sharpay sick or something because she started to sneeze and stuff around it. I was like, oh great, she's gonna sneeze, and so the other gal's gonna have to go on.
Right.
I forgot that she completely betrays Sharpay and just basically says, "Oh, I stole your dress, so I'm going on instead."
Yeah. I was surprised about that.
But the thing is crazy is that Gabriella doesn't tell Troy about her.
Oh, getting accepted?
That'd be like the first person I'd tell. Like,
Yeah.
if you have that close of a relationship,
Yeah.
you guys are most likely to
Tell
be
your
together.
boyfriend.
Tell him, yes.
If you get accepted at a prestigious school, the first person you should tell is your
After
boyfriend.
your family first, because they're probably gonna be the ones to be like, okay, cool. Now, how am I gonna have to pay for this? But she got a little scholarship,
Yeah.
so that should be fine. But I don't know how she has to tell her family though.
Yeah, and I kind of thought Sharpay's brother and the musician girl were going to hit it off a bit
They do.
more.
Oh, gotcha. That's
Especially after they had a good back and forth, I think, in was it the second one? Where they kind of
They
hinted
did.
at that as well.
that's why I think that they were able to do the musical the way they did,
That's true, yeah.
or work together and go to prom together. I think that they will do that in High School Musical
4?
The Journey 4, yes. They all come back for the reunion, and we're gonna find out they got married,
No, they
Or
got
they broke
they got
up.
divorced.
or they got
It's a sequel. You have to
Yes.
to divorce them, and
They-
then they
they-
got to get back together.
they divorced. They found out Ryan is actually not into girls. That's what they decided to do, which I mean makes sense. But I just love how they're practicing, and this dude just like Troy's all over the place during the practice scene. Like he's just
He's climbing over the seats.
all over.
I just noticed he's got paint on his hands.
Oh yeah. What's funny though is that during this scene is that Gabriella surprises him with the white paint, smacks him, and then he grabs her, and yet there's no paint on her dress.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. He got on the dark paint on his hands when he's climbing up the fake tree. Touches the white paint. There's no dark paint on that.
And there's no paint. Even like, look, he's grabbing where the white paint is. He's actually grabbing, and look,
It just touched Gabriella.
and yet there's
Worst
probably no paint.
Boyfriend ever. Girls, if you have a boyfriend who's touching you with wet paint, break up.
The inconsistencies of these movies are just wild.
It's crazy.
Aha, the boys are
The
back.
good scene with
I love how they add the little kids at the end.
yeah, right.
They can definitely move a lot better than I. The guy who owns the shop, like, is he related to Dog the Bounty Hunter, by the way?
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
He looks like he could be like Dog the Bounty Hunter's like stepbrother or something. He's huge.
He's massive.
He like you can tell he is strong, and he's got the dad bod.
Yeah.
And he drives like this old fixed up,
It's basically Troy's car. It's just
better
yeah.
fixed up. Some of these dance moves throughout this movie, I'm like, why do we need to do this move?
Yeah.
Like, why are we doing this?
I mean, clearly we're not the target audience. I was reading that this actually had the largest, it was like box office at the time for a musical.
Well, I can believe it. 'Cause, I mean, everybody who would go and just wait for it to come out on a movie would, or just wait for the movie,
Yeah.
the Disney Channel original movie, went and probably saw it. Dude, if that car started doing that, so there's a
It's like
sequel-
almost like Christine.
well, I mean, the car, like, there's this car that's just like freaking out.
Lights flashing, hood bouncing up and down.
I would get the fudge out of there.
Yeah.
That is a haunted car.
Run away.
Stay away. Like, they are doing something wrong.
And again, it reminds me that this was originally supposed to be a Halloween-themed musical movie. Something that would have been so much better.
Okay, if that was the film for that, yes, go for it. Go for it if this was a Halloween. But this was not Halloween. And then random strangers come out and dance with them during this scene, too.
Yeah.
In, like, Mad Max gear.
Yeah, right? They all
Oh.
have like pads and helmets and cut-off vests on.
I'd be getting the fudge away.
Yeah.
And then there's some random girl in there, too.
Oh, I missed that.
The random silhouette.
Oh, I missed that. Oh, yeah.
There's a
I
random
thought-
silhouette
I thought that was supposed to be Gabriella in spirit.
in spirit. I mean,
Spirit.
with random strangers in there, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Who are these like junkyard people?
That's what they are. They're the junkyard people.
Are these real people? If I go down to the local junkyard, will there be just a whole bunch of Mad Max people just running around?
Yeah, they're gonna come out of the woodworks and scare the crap out of you.
But if I start dancing, will they start dancing with me? That's the question.
As long as you're singing "The Boys Are Back."
Oh, I will be singing something.
Dude, the pizza in this movie actually looked good.
Yeah, it does.
It actually looks like solid pizza. I'm like, okay, like that crust looks I'm like, okay, I would have a bite of that. Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Give me the pizza.
Pizza.
Little Caesars. You can sponsor us, I guess.
Please.
Just give us pizza.
Yeah.
But do they have gluten free?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Never mind. You can't sponsor us. Get out of here. You don't have gluten free
Yeah,
pizza.
no.
Very true. Their band is pretty good for the musicals, though. Jeez. For being a high school band,
It's like a professional band for high school.
yeah, in a little like spot where they can like hide as a band. That was legit. Like,
Yeah.
that's a legit auditorium they have at this school.
See what good school funding brings you.
So I kind of wonder though. I wish we would actually have a reunion show because I actually want to see how these kids grow up to be, so that way we can know
Who's the
use
druggie?
that too. 100% yes, or who gets fat. We'd love to see that.
Yes.
I would love to see though how these kids progress in life with all this money, supposedly, with Troy being poor though. I want to see
Supposedly.
but I want to see how these kids grow up to be.
As adults, yeah.
I mean, this is the final straw. Sharpay goes off somewhere, right?
Yeah, bring them all back.
Yeah.
That's a thing now. We're bringing people back, 30 years after the initial movies come out.
Yep. I wonder. I mean, you're gonna get the kids that watch this growing up, and then you're gonna get the other kids that kind of saw this in between, and then you're gonna get the new kids that have seen the High School Musical, the TV show.
Yeah. When did the TV shows start coming out?
When Disney Plus came out.
Oh, okay, so yeah,
It was one of the Disney
like
Plus
2019,
original movies.
2018.
Yeah. Or no, didn't Disney Plus? Oh, that was a 2020 release, wasn't it? Like I thought it happened right before COVID.
Okay, so very recent then.
I think they're actually already on a second season.
Yeah, so Troy goes back into the high school in the middle of the night.
Takes off his shirt from the fan service.
What school is unlocked in the middle of the night and just letting students wander through the halls?
So I had that theory for a little bit, and I think he steals his dad's keys because he's a coach.
Oh, good point.
So I think his dad probably has some sort of access to the keys. Probably because he wants him to go shoot hoops or something, like. And I'm pretty sure the school probably knows about it. What I think is crazy is the way they were, like, these kids are still playing for them, and they have like their jerseys hanging up in the stands too.
Right.
And then these
basketballs just rain down on him from somewhere.
I love how he just like hits them and punches them and kicks them, and they're very CG looking.
They're so fake.
Throw him around. I love how Troy too. He always has to have a song where he's like, "Oh, I got to figure out what I got to do in my life in these movies."
Yeah, and then he goes into the rotating hall.
I mean, I guess that would be part of. They probably bought this for that Halloween special you're talking about.
That would be kind of my guess.
Okay.
Apparently, he sprained or broke his wrist during that scene.
Oh, I can believe it.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, I guess we could just really go into because we know the next part is the musical, where everybody's there. Sharpay thinks she's gonna put on a good show, and they get in Juilliard. She doesn't, and
We find out that Troy is still driving home, so Rocket Man is going to cover for him.
no, the one thing Rocket Man tries to do that Troy doesn't try. You know what? I bet you Rocket Man goes into the drama club next year, and we find out later on at the end of the movie that Sharpay is going to be helping out with the drama club the next year.
Yeah.
I bet you Rocket Man hits on Sharpay still.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And she's the teacher.
He seems a bit too dense to get her kind of like, get away from me.
Exactly. She's like, get away. And he's like, oh, you like the smell of me? I also think it's funny, too, that this guy freezes up when Troy texts him. He goes, hey, look, Troy texts me.
Yeah.
Look how cool I am. And then he's like, then he finds out, oh, you actually have to go be Troy Bolton. And he goes, oh, wait, what?
Oh my! Would have to sing.
What I like about Rocket Man scene, too, is he comes out looking like a rock star in this. Just clothes everywhere, like different types of clothes.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I can do this. What I want to know is what part in the musical, like, we saw in practice, like, the song that Sharpay sings where Rocket Man comes.
Yeah.
Isn't this the same song that Troy and Gabriella sing later?
I think so.
Like, it's the same scene almost that they do together, and it's just like, how does Juilliard not go, oh, crap?
Also, I don't remember what song it is, but isn't it just like a repeat of one of the songs from like the first movie?
We're all in this together at the very end when they're graduating.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the same song basically.
Okay. Just make sure I'm not crazy because I definitely heard a song there that
No, it's the
we
same.
previously heard.
So the scene where this girl Steel Sharpay's like thunder and everything.
Yeah.
What I think is crazy is the background dancers, the guys are just like,
Yeah.
and they come up with it off the top of their head in sync too.
Right.
That's pretty talented.
They deserve scholarships.
They do. Though that one guy did say in this movie, hey, I can't do this musical because I really have to focus on summer school. I'm probably not going to graduate.
That sucks. Does school just have like 3 teachers?
It's very possible. I mean, we know they have the PE teacher. We know they have the math teacher.
Science teacher.
Or science teacher. I apologize. We knew that they have a science teacher.
Shame on you, man.
That's probably why it's a specialized school. It's either you have to choose PE, science. That's probably why they have all that money, because they don't plug it into a whole bunch of other schools. They have 3 classrooms.
Just set up all these kids for failure in life.
You either get science, basketball,
Drama.
I guess they do allude to a cooking. I want to know what this musical is actually about, too. Like, it's supposed to be about them, but I don't think it was about them.
I think it was just, here's some songs.
Yeah, here's some songs. Here's a talent show of everybody.
Yeah.
So to wrap this movie up, basically.
Oh, man, it's a rough one.
Actually, do you think we talked about this enough?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Not a lot of jokes from us this time.
This is a weird format.
This is.
Yeah.
This is something to try. We'll know not to do this next time.
Yeah.
Because now we just sit here and wait at the
It's
movies.
just watching.
We watch it and then wait for a scene to say something. Next time, we're not going to do this.
No. So overall, what do you think of the movie?
And
And then what do you think compared to the other 2?
I think there's some more entertainment for it, but compared to the other 2, I still wouldn't watch this on my own time. I still wouldn't want people to think this is what high school's like.
No, they definitely got a higher budget for the music numbers. But yeah, the plot's all over the place. They keep resetting the characters back to where they were at the beginning of the previous movie.
Yeah, they don't progress the characters at all. The character progression's terrible.
It's not the strongest of the 3. Not that any one of them are good.
I don't think there's any strong movie.
No, but of those 3, these 3.
I think the first one's the best.
Yeah.
Third one's probably the second best. Second one's probably...
I was going to say second one's probably second best for me because it's so bad.
I guess there is more
There's some entertainment value there.
There's a comical behind it.
Yeah, this one's just blah.
100% blah.
2 out of 10 for me.
I probably agree with you there. 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
Wouldn't watch it again.
No, I'm fine. I'm happy that we're done with this.
Good luck to everybody else out there who watches this.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for Camp Rock.
Don't forget to subscribe or follow us wherever this podcast is hosted.
We do apologize. This is probably one of the boring episodes. But stay tuned. We'll get better.
We love you guys.
Don't get your wiener cocked.